Coming up on Lazer Update, we take a deeper look into an OCC tradition celebrating the achievements of graduating Black, African American, and African students.
Then we meet the coach who makes the success of the OCC's men's lacrosse team possible. All that and more in the next 20 minutes. Good afternoon and welcome to Lazer Update. I'm Olivia Ramirez.
And I'm Nicholas Bullock. Today is April 10th, which means there are only 3 days of regular classes before final exams start.
That also means we only have 2 more shows after this. We wanted to congratulate all those who will be walking the stage next week. Whether you decide to transfer schools or enter the workforce, your achievements on and off campus don't go unnoticed.
Our first segment of the show relates to the place we live, Earth and its climate. Climate change is a real and relevant topic within society. Recently, OCC School of Liberal Arts held a panel discussing how the pursuit of money can affect our environment. John Baker has a story.
Last week in Coulter Hall, Michelle Malinovsky hosted the Planet vs. Profit panel discussion for students and faculty to discuss how the pursuit of profit affects our planet.
I really enjoy helping students navigate how to engage in difficult content that's relevant to their lives. How do we ask these difficult questions that we all have to navigate? The goal of these discussions is to help students engage with the enduring questions, which really are helping them grapple with questions that we've been asking as humans since the beginning of time.
Students were able to weigh in and give their thoughts on the issue as well.
I think that part of what was really important with this conversation, of course, is people getting together that see the issue with the way that we've constructed our economies that have resulted in this sort of climate catastrophe.
This panel discussion was not only linked to our School of Liberal Arts, but also to OCC's Common Read for this school year.
The Common Read is one book that we pick every year that is in some way connected to the topics that the campus and the campus community cares about. This particular book focuses on a polar bear and also climate change.
Michelle Malinovsky is always looking for ways to encourage students to have difficult discussions.
I'm really passionate about engaging with questions like this because it really helps students ask those same kind of growing questions.
With your Lazer Update, I'm John Baker.
The chosen Common Read book typically lasts for the whole academic year, which means a new book has been chosen for next year. The library will be hosting a raffle to receive the next Common Read a little earlier.
Keeping on the topic of our planet, our next segment is about an OCC science professor who goes out of his way to help his students feel welcomed and encouraged when learning about human and planet interactions. Fatima Finley tells us more.
OCC has tons of alumni that are now faculty members. Although Professor Feeney didn't attend OCC, he still strives to help his students become laser-focused in and out of the classroom.
What inspired me to work at OCC was to, I think it's really the diversity of students that we have. The primary reason that I came to OCC was to be able to work with students with that background and to try to be supportive of them, to help them maybe build confidence in themselves, engage with their instructors, right? So go to class, try to build a relationship with them where they get to know you and kind of ideally they treat you as a mentee or you get a mentor. My first assignment is that you come and visit me during my office hours and I get to know you a little bit. And then from there, I know you then in class, I know you by name. If you're not there, I'm gonna notice. Often by the end of the semester, it's like I'm not going to say family, but we are a close group. And it's awesome, when we can do more challenging exercises together because there's that comfortableness of this is going to be a struggle, but I know the people in this classroom are going to be supportive.
Professor Feeney is determined to connect with his students in a way that's helping them become more comfortable to where their confidence is used by engaging in the classroom and with their peers.
What perfect timing! Fall registration is now open. If you like Professor Feeney and would like to take a class with him, you can register for his general ecology class, also known as Bio 131. But make sure to register fast as there are only 10 more seats available.
Speaking of the environment, research shows that eating a plant-based diet can have a positive impact on your health and the environment. But are plant-based options available everywhere? Claire Akers asked that very question around campus.
Eating plant-based is becoming more and more popular, especially here on OCC. Today I asked people on campus what they think about OCC's plant-based options.
It's gotten a little bit better, but most of the time they're out of something that you order, like they don't have hummus all the time.
The protein options that exist are very scarce, and most of the time they're out of them by the time anyone wants them.
The biggest issue, I think, is the amount of protein options that there are available. I feel like you either get a small cup of beans or a little spread of hummus and that's your protein.
It's either you get a really, really small size salad, which is maybe 30 calories. It's not enough to have as a meal. Or you have some form of fried potatoes.
But I think maybe some optional veggie burgers would be good, or maybe some additional hot prepared meals that are vegetarian.
Though the vegetarian options on campus may have improved, people still agree that there aren't quite enough options to keep them fueled throughout the day. For Pulse of the Campus, I'm Claire Akers.
If you wanted to save time and figure out if plant-based options are available before you got to the dining hall, you can check out OCC's dining menus at sunyOCCdining.com.
Before we break, we wanted to tell you about what's coming to campus the rest of the week. Check it out.
Tomorrow, May 11th, ACR Health and United Health will be visiting Gorham from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. in Space 9. Be sure to stop by if you have any questions about finding health providers or insurance coverage.
In your travels through Gordon, don't forget to check out the Black Health and Fidelis table 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. in Space 6 if you want to learn more about affordable health care.
Are you tired of paying hundreds of dollars for one textbook? Well, have no fear, Box of Books is here. Box of Books is a program where you only have to pay $21 per credit hour for your textbooks. And the best part is, you don't have to keep the books for the rest of your life. At the end of the semester, you can walk into the bookstore to return your textbooks, or you can ship them from the comfort of your home. So stop draining your bank account and start spending your money on really cool things like this hoodie. Stop by the bookstore in the Whitney Atrium or scan this QR code for more information.
The Coulter Library is your place for entertainment. With over 77,000 books, movies, and CDs, there's always something to do. Your place for research help. Trouble with a project? Ask a librarian. Your place for quiet space. Shh, our first floor is reserved for quiet work only. Your place for IT help. Visit our help desk on the second floor. All this and so much more at the Coulter Library. Open 7 days a week. For more information, visit sunyocc.edu/library.
The 2023 Art and Photography Sophomore Showcase officially started on Monday. If you want a chance to check out the work of OCC's incredibly talented students, you can head over to the Ann Felton Art Gallery, located in Ferrante, where the projects will be on display until May 20th.
Welcome back to Lazer Update. I'm Olivia Ramirez.
And I'm Nick Bullock. We talked about all things environment in the beginning of the show, but now we wanted to talk about the elephant in the room, graduation.
That's right, it's almost time to walk across that stage. Let's take a look at what OCC is doing to prepare for graduation. If you've been to a graduation ceremony, you've probably noticed the colorful stoles and cords representing things like honors or specified schools. But some have an even deeper meaning than that. Vince Moody has the story.
Every year, the OCC community comes together to recognize the graduating class before commencement. One such event is the donning of the Kente cloth, celebrating the academic achievements of Black graduating students. The ceremony was held in Storer Auditorium, across from Coulter Library. Upon arrival, students would receive their stole at the door and would be greeted by organizers of the event. The itinerary included live music from the Adonfo Cultural Ensemble, and guest speakers, one of which was Tara Ross, a history professor here at OCC.
Way of connecting you to our heritage at one of the most important times in your life.
The Kente stole is made of cotton and marked with traditional African colors throughout. The fabric commemorates not only the significance and legacy embodied in Black culture, but also the journey and triumph of the graduating class.
I thought the event is a very important and impactful type of thing. It showed that one, OCC, it keeps its promises towards the ability to, one, give inclusion and give diversity, and two, show recognition to our African American students.
It was very good. I really enjoyed it, especially the African dance.
The Kente ceremony represents a set of traditions and values these graduating students will carry with them through finals week and into commencement.
If you wanted to see the colors in person, you can attend OCC's graduation May 20th at 11 a.m. If you can't make it in person, that's okay. Graduation will also be live streamed on OCC's website at sunyocc.edu.
With this being the last week of normal classes, the dreadful and incredibly stressful finals week is coming up, and I'm absolutely feeling the stress.
But luckily, one spot on campus can help you out with any stress relating to finals or general life stress. Rainey Morgan fills us in.
Everyone knows life's difficulties can make getting through college a struggle. Did you know that OCC has a place you can go to help lessen the stresses of life? At the Community Care Hub, you'll find snacks and hygiene products in their on-site food pantry. If you have a job interview but no professional clothes, the Hub has free options to cover you. You can stop at Gordon 230 in the Student Center to fill out a form and get what you need. If you need help filing taxes or getting access to healthcare or legal advice, the Community Care Hub can connect you to the people who can help. The office is there to take a load off so you can focus on your educational goals. Now you know about OCC's Community Care Hub.
If you need help with anything or just want to talk to someone, you can visit the Counseling Center and Community Care Hub Monday through Friday in Gordon Room 230 from 8:30 a.m. till 4:30 p.m. Or you can visit Counseling Center at sunyocc.edu.
OCC is well known for their outstanding lacrosse teams, and for good reason. The OCC's men's lacrosse team will be competing this weekend in the 2023 national tournament as number 3 seed. Eric Shearer introduces us to the man responsible for the team.
2013 OCC alum Logan Tusa has taken over the Lazers men's lacrosse team, and in his first year they have had some success both off the field and on the field. I've had the privilege of sitting down with Coach to discuss what taking over the program means to him.
So having played here, I'm definitely fully aware of what Chuck and then Eric after him had started to build or had built, and it's something that I think about. Like, I see all the banners up there, but it's nothing that I don't feel like I can handle.
After having success on the field, the team was also recognized for their academic achievements at this banquet.
From what I know about it, because this is my first one, but it really focuses on what the student athletes and the support staff have done throughout the year, and it just highlights their success.
With a 10-2 record and winning the regional championship, the team is poised to make a push towards the national title.
Offensively, we do a really good job of just being ourselves and doing what we do, and there's so many things that we can do. And then defensively, just game plan wise in lacrosse, it's a little bit more focused on all right, what can we take away that is their bread and butter.
In his first year at the helm, Tusa has revitalized the culture and says that it feels like he's never left. For Lazer Update, I'm Eric Shearer.
Good luck to Coach Tusa and our men's lacrosse team this weekend.
Speaking of sports, we have some sports information we've been dying to share. The women's softball team has a match at Corning Community College later today at 3 p.m.
Last Saturday, the women's track and field Region 3 championships were held, and a few awards were given out. Congratulations to freshman Charisma Brathwaite for earning the Region 3 Track Athlete of the Year award, winning the 100-meter, 200-meter, 400-meter races, and the long jump.
Also, congratulations to Bryn Whitman for receiving the Region 3 Field Athlete of the Year award, winning the javelin and disc. Both ladies hold school records in those events.
Why did I choose OCC? I chose OCC because it's close to home.
Why did I come to OCC? I came to OCC because it was financially affordable for my family.
Why did I choose OCC? I chose OCC for the hands-on learning.
To me, OCC is an opportunity to find what I'm passionate about.
OCC means opportunity to me.
opportunity for people of all ages and all walks of life.
OCC is a place to hone my skills and learn about the industry.
Visit sunyocc.edu to figure out what OCC means to you.
If you're looking for something to binge watch, check out Yellow Jackets. The show focuses on members of a high school soccer team who survive a plane crash deep in the remote northern wilderness. The series follows their descent from a complicated but thriving team to savage clans, while also focusing on the lives they're attempted to piece back together 25 years later. The first 6 episodes of Season 2 are now available on Showtime, with new episodes every Sunday at 9 p.m. EST.
Welcome back. I'm Olivia Ramirez.
And I'm Nick Bullock. We've officially entered our last segment, which is something we call Got Issues.
Earlier today, Nick talked to Claire Akers about something he and many others have an issue with. Take it away, Claire.
Thanks, Olivia. Hello, everyone. I'm Claire Akers, and today on Got Issues, we are discussing standardized testing. If you're above the age of 10, chances are you've already experienced a standardized test. That could be a third-grade state test, or even college readiness tests like the SAT or Regents exam. But recently, it seems as though testing has lost its purpose, and even its praise. Joining me today are Nick Bullock and Anaya Gamble to discuss the point of standardized tests. Thank you for joining me. My first question goes to Nick. A lot of people don't think standardized testing is a fair form of evaluating someone's knowledge because arts are just as important. If schools get rid of testing, how do we determine someone's knowledge?
I think creative minds and obviously book smart minds are two opposites, and it's a very rare form where a person has both of them. And I feel like the art people just need a different style of testing. They can't just sit down and write like a 60-page essay in a gym and just mash it out just like that. They gotta like be tested on a more creative level. They gotta have more diverse tests. I feel like it's too specific towards book smart people, and I feel like that needs to change.
Perfect. And Anaya, what's an alternative to the SAT or another college readiness test for a student that doesn't plan on going to college?
I think an alternative would be testing them on something they would prefer to do in the future. Like I said before, also there's people who go to trade school and cosmetology school and things like that. But as far as the test, yeah, I think testing them on something they want to do in the future and then seeing where they're at and trying to help them improve from there.
All right, and it kind of related to what you already said, if a student does decide to go to college for things like dance or something, why shouldn't we test them on things like math and English? Because those do kind of play an important role in our lives.
They do, but I feel like, you know, art students or even dance students, they have their own unique attributes. And, you know, their main focus is dance, but they probably can do math. They can probably all do that other stuff. They just can't test on it because, you know, they can't remember all of, like, the formulas and all that stuff. It's a lot to remember. But something like dance, you know, if they test on that, I bet they'd ace it compared to a math where they have to memorize, you know, 20 pages of formulas just to make sure that they actually pass it to actually become to do dance. So if they make it a way where you have to pass a math test in order to, you know, be on to dance, I feel like they would definitely pass.
Okay. And if colleges don't bother looking at SAT, or if they do look at SAT exams, why should schools completely get rid of them?
I think schools should get rid of them because you take a test, SAT test, and then you go to college however many months later. You could have improved since then your math skills, your English skills, science, whatever the subject may be, and become a completely new, different person when it comes to academics. So, yeah.
Perfect. All right, and when we come back, we'll be talking about testing's effect on education. Our discussion continues right here on Got Issues. Are you tired of paying hundreds of dollars for one textbook? Well, have no fear, Box of Books is here. Box of Books is a program where you only have to pay $21 per credit hour for your textbooks. And the best part is, you don't have to keep the books for the rest of your life. At the end of the semester, you can walk into the bookstore to return your textbooks, or you can ship them from the comfort of your home. So stop draining your bank account and start spending your money on really cool things like this hoodie. Stop by the bookstore in the Whitney Atrium or scan this QR code for more. Welcome back. Claire here again. I'm with Nick and Anaya, and we've been talking about the relevance of standardized testing. Let's continue. So Nick, testing measures knowledge on a level playing field without considering things like anxiety. Should we take special, precautions for people that do suffer from test anxiety to make sure that they are evaluated fairly?
I feel like every person who takes a test is always nervous about the outcome, because sometimes it would be a big test that would be all your grade, and you might fail the class just based on one test. And I feel like they don't really cater enough to people who have anxiety when they take tests, because it's not fair to someone. Someone might be really educated and really smart, get good grades and all that, but they might not be the best test taker. They get nervous and then they forget all the info, and then they might fail that class. So I feel like they should definitely cater more to those students who have anxiety. And it's hard to tell, especially nowadays, but mental health is a pretty big thing, and I feel like it should be more thought out of.
I agree. And Anaya, standardized tests determine if someone's educated enough to move on in their schooling, but what determines if a student is well educated? What are their characteristics?
Someone who is punctual, has good communication skills, who's willing to do their work and complete it, someone hardworking. But a well-educated person, that doesn't necessarily mean that they pass their SAT with a perfect grade. I think it really just depends on if you're willing to put in the work yourself to be a well-educated person, rather than rather than getting the same test that everyone else is getting.
Perfect. And Nick, final question. When it was state test time, we had in my school the option to opt out. Do you think that those students who opt out are just taking the easy way out?
Not at all. I feel like some kids, obviously in high school, they don't care about high school, so they would take the easy way out. But a lot of kids just don't like taking tests, and I feel it's unfair to think of them as taking the easy way out. They might get nervous, they're going to forget all the info, and they're scared to be embarrassed in front of a social environment if they do get a bad grade. So I feel like they definitely should not.
Perfect. All right, and I'd like to thank my guests, Nick and Anaya, and hope you've enjoyed watching us challenge the New York State education system. I'm Claire Akers, and that's Got Issues.
Well, that's all we have for you today. I wish you all luck with finals, and congrats to our graduates.
Don't forget to find a bit of time to de-stress and relax during the next busy week. For Lazer Update, I'm Olivia Ramirez.
And I'm Nick Bullock. Have a great day.